I'm Crystal Pruitt, South Atlantic Region Communications Officer, and I am thrilled to welcome you to Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, South Atlantic Region Ivy News Network, established in 2019. Tonight is the premiere of a brand new monthly broadcast entitled For the Record. The program will focus on regional news, current events, trends, and other engaging topics. On behalf of our South Atlantic Regional Director, Carolyn G. Randolph, and our entire SAR INN team, we hope that you enjoy tonight's program and look forward to many more in the near future. For the record, the significant South Atlantic region is rising and reaching.
Everyone, I am Alysse Guerrier, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated undergraduate member at large and a member of the significant South Atlantic region. Thank you for joining us tonight for the premiere of For the Record, hosted by our very own South Atlantic Regional Director, Miss Carolyn G. Randolph. The lineup for tonight's broadcast is amazing. I'm excited and I hope you are too. Let's get right into it. I would like to introduce to you Miss Carolyn G. Randolph, the South Atlantic Regional Director, as she leads with love, serves significantly, and exemplifies excellence. Madam Regional Director, take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to For the Record. Thank you so much to the Ivy News Network for the introduction, and also to Alysse Guerrier, who is a member of the South Atlantic Region Board of Directors. We're asking you to please bear with us. There have been storms through the area, and so some of our technical difficulties as a result of that. So again, I am Carolyn G. Randolph, the South Atlantic Regional Director of the South Atlantic region of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which consists of the states of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. We are doing some amazing things in these three states, even in this time of pandemic. So we decided to, hey, let us make sure that we let the world know the great things that are going on in the South Atlantic region, which is one of 10 regions in Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So we are excited because we're getting ready to kick off our fall events, which include cluster meetings and undergraduate roundup. And so for the record today in the South Atlantic region, I wanted to focus on some information that can help our undergraduates who have had to pivot, who have had emotional challenges and academic challenges during this time. And so I wanted to make sure that we spoke with members that are currently in school and those that have graduated, but they are still part of the Gen Z generation. And so I am excited tonight to have with us Miss Princess Faith Singleton of California, Miss Kerra Kelly of Georgia, and Miss Asia Wilson of South Carolina. So what we are going to do in this short period of time, I don't want you to hear a lot about me talking. I want you to hear the passion and the work and the resilience of these young ladies in pursuing their career. They are exemplifying excellence on every level. So we will start this session this evening with Miss Princess Faith Singleton, who we lovingly called her Faith. Good evening, Faith, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Absolutely.
Great.
I'm very, very grateful to be here and share a little bit about my journey.
Great. Faith was initiated in New Alpha chapter at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. Currently, she is in Oakland, California, and she is a member of Delta Zeta Omega chapter in San Francisco. She's also a member of the International Programs Committee. Her work every day is with a company that we are familiar with, known as Google. And her position there is a people analyst. Those that are a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated know that Faith was instrumental in an initiative that we are partnering with called Grow with Google. So my first question to you, Faith, was this the vision that you had when you were in undergraduate? And if it was not, how did you pivot? And what did you do your undergraduate years that prepared you for this?
Yes, that's a great question. So for me, I don't think I envisioned doing exactly what I do. I think I always kind of wanted to be a game changer and wanted to be innovative, but I know I started as a policy specialist in legal. And that was what I planned to do for a while. And it was a way to help people and get things off of the internet that don't need to be there. But that was also taxing, draining, harsh work. And I remember about a year in, I was sitting in the office. It was dark. It was about 7 p.m. And I was still working, reading this pretty gruesome affidavit. And this thought hit me and it baffled me in its simplicity. I was like, I don't like my job. And after that, I was like, I don't think I can continue doing this. So I searched for other positions within Google. And I saw some positions where I could innovate. I think my creativity had been stifled. And I'm a person who loves to bring ideas to life and kind of create something out of nothing. And I didn't have the opportunity to do that. So I found a role where I did. And so being a people analyst, I basically measure candidate and employee experience and report that to leadership so that we can do programs that will basically help bolster the experience of our employees and candidates.
Wow, that's a great story. So that means that we do not have to stay stuck.
Right.
And sometimes we may have a vision, but that vision is not what we want, that end up what we want for ourselves. And I think it's very important that you have a passion for what you do and that you enjoy doing it. So talk to me about the initiative Grow with Google, which you spearheaded, and you also are managing that now. Am I correct?
Right. So Grow with Google is basically a platform with free digital resources. And the partnership during the pandemic, we were like, how do we get these things out to more people? A lot of underrepresented minorities just didn't know and weren't using this very free resource. And so it was actually Nicole Adams of the South Atlantic region actually shot me an email and was like, hey, what can we do with this? And I was like, what can we do with this? And so a ping turned into an email, which turned into meetings and turned into this program where we're able to bring our chapters in and put them all on the platform where these free resources are. And then we can put on community events that help upskill people in digital skills, some as easy as like how to use Google Docs, all the way to how to use Google Ads if you are an entrepreneur. What I would say is like meshing AKA and my career together was never a plan. It was just something that came about, and it ended up working very well.
Well, great. And we all benefit from it. I did ask you earlier because as I was looking at the statistics, and our international president and CEO, Dr. Glenda Glover, has share some statistics with us with what, again, I call the Gen Z generation, looking at from age 19 till about 30. And in the region I serve, in that age group, the state of Georgia have about 25% vaccine. The state of South Carolina has about 33, and Florida has about 18. Oops. I think, did we lose her?
I'm here.
Okay. And had about 18%. And you said that you are vaccinated. And so my question is, because, there's such a low number in this age group, was it something you had to ponder and things you had to think about, or were you ready to be vaccinated as soon as you could, or was it a requirement for your job? And so that made you make your decision earlier.
Right. So I did make the decision to get vaccinated as soon as possible. I read a lot of articles. I tried to educate myself as much as possible, but I also knew that no matter how many articles I read, I wasn't going to become an epidemiologist or a biochemist overnight, And so I had to make the very hard decision to trust people that I do not know, that went to school for years and years, just right for this moment, And it's hard. It's hard trusting entities that you don't know with your body, with your life. And so I get the hesitation, but also I wanted to visit my family after a while. And there was nothing in me that could bear the thought of like my family members and loved ones getting sick when I could have done something to change that. So I think it was an easy decision for me to kind of get the vaccine right away.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with me, with us today. We certainly appreciate you. We are so proud of you in the significant South Atlantic region, because that's where your roots are. And we look forward to you every time you come back to visit us. Thank you so very much. So we have an undergraduate with us today. I am excited to introduce you to Ms. Kerra Kelly. Kerra was born in Birmingham, raised in Georgia, and now she's in Florida, right? Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
She's currently a third-year biology pre-dentistry pre-dentistry major at Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida. She's a member of the Beta Alpha chapter. She also has served in numerous capacities on campus. Currently, she is one of the 2021 White House HBCU scholars. So thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
With you currently being in school, the question that I have is, what are the emotional and mental things that go through your mind, or that you have to encounter every day this second year of navigating through the pandemic, and how is that affecting your plans for your future?
Well, greetings, everyone. I'm Kerra Kelly, a third-year biology pre-sentinel student from Atlanta, Georgia, and it's so good to be here tonight. Thank you for having me. So to answer your question, every day I wake up and I have to think about what is going to positively and negatively impact me in my decision-making that day. So first and foremost, I always put God first, because that is my Lord and Savior, and it will be done on His will. Mm-hmm. And when I think about that, we just have to, keep pushing and keep moving. And we have to remember why we came to college. What is our purpose? What is our goal and mission in life? And for me, it's to be an orthodontist. So I plan to go to dental school. So when I think about that, I always have to plan ahead. I'm always moving forward. I'm thinking about what classes I need to be taking, what opportunities I need to be taking advantage of, making those connections and those opportunities available to me, because in the long run, someone is going to help you and be there for you and just help you along that process. And mentally, it is draining. Everyone has their own goals and responsibilities and obligations they have to fulfill. But, at the end of the day, you have to keep pushing, keep moving to understand that you're here for a purpose and you're here for a reason.
So what kind of support group or support that you have while you're actually there on campus that you find very fulfilling, very encouraging, very empowering?
Well, I'm involved a lot on campus. I'm involved in a number of organizations such as Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Sisters Incorporated, Presidential Ambassadors, um, several, but regardless, all of these organizations are very welcoming and sisterly and fulfilling. And, I don't know if you know the FAMU culture, but everyone is so inviting and welcoming and always hyping you up and making sure, letting you know that you're doing well and you're succeeding. So I have had no problem and the professors as well. I actually took one class, took a calculus class, and the professor came to me after the class and asked if I would be willing to become a calculus tutor for students. And I was looking and I was like, are you sure I can teach calculus? Like, that's a big responsibility on my part because, it's my job to make sure that the students are receiving the materials and the education that they need to pass that class. And he was like, yes, I absolutely do. So I took that initiative. I took the job and I'm still a calculus tutor till this day. And I feel as though that's the type of love and support and family that we need around, our culture.
Tell us briefly about the appointment as one of the 2021 White House HBCU scholars.
So I found out about the opportunity through my mom, and she sent me the application to fill out, and it said that, you have to be nominated by a university president. So I reached out to Dr. Robinson, and we spoke for a minute, helped me with my resume, things like that. And he ended up, nominating me, of course. I knew that going in, that would be, that's a big deal. That's a big application. But, it's always good to apply because you never know what may come out of it. And so I ended up applying, and thankfully I ended up getting it. And it's just an amazing opportunity. And I'm so proud to represent Florida A&M University. Thank
you. Now, you heard me share with Faith some statistics about, that age group and about, being vaccinated. And so, and you also shared with me that you are vaccinated. And so I would like to know what kind of thoughts went through your mind? Did you receive the vaccination immediately? And what kind of conversations are you having with your peers on campus about it?
So my mom is actually a pharmacist. So she was giving out COVID vaccines, and she actually got her vaccine in December of 2020. And so after that, my dad got his in January. And then she started calling me, telling me that my cousins were getting it. And so I'm wondering, is it going to really work? How is it going to affect my body? And after hearing about many of my family members, they're doing well with the COVID vaccine, I was like, well, I need to go ahead and get it. Because for one, getting tested every 2 weeks to be on campus, it's just ridiculous. And so I just want to make sure that when I'm going out, I am protected and I am protecting others because, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to hearing all the great things that you are doing on the campus of FAMU and beyond. I look forward to the undergraduate roundup and your contributions because what I call you all, you are the game changers. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we are going to round out this chat with someone that is very familiar to a lot of us, and we are honored to have with us Miss Asia Wilson. Asia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Welcome back to the South Atlantic region.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes.
Well, Asia was initiated in the South Atlantic region as well. She was initiated in the Theta Gamma chapter at the University of South Carolina. Yes. Currently, she is a gold medalist. She is a member of the Los Angeles Aces, and she was or is the 2021 WNBA MVP. Yeah. And so we thank you so much for taking a time out to just come in and say hello and join us. And congratulations on being a gold medalist.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I feel a little underdressed, so please excuse me. I just got off a plane, but
I
yes,
know,
thank you for
yeah,
having
and I
me.
want to share that with the audience. She was so gracious to say, "Okay, I'm going to make this happen." She just arrived in Atlanta. She and her team members will play the Atlanta Dreams tomorrow, so please go out and support that game. And we are excited about it. So, what we are talking about here today, Asia, is just how we're channeling it towards young people and 19 to 30 that have dreams and goals, that are in college and during this pandemic, not to waver, to still work their plan, still work towards success. And if you can just kind of share with us your vision from when you were at the University of South Carolina, because I know your goal has been very precise from the beginning. I don't know when it started. I mean, you're living your best life now because you're doing exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a very goal-oriented person, and I'm the type of person where not even a pandemic can stop that. And when it comes to just my health and people around me, I always keep that first because that's what matters, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. And so when it came down in school, of course, we weren't in a pandemic and we got to live life outside of the bubble. But, you still have to keep your mind set on things that you want to achieve and don't let anyone tell you that you cannot achieve them. So for me, I just continue to set goals for myself and don't let anyone stop me from reaching those goals, achieving those goals, but also never losing sight of who I am as a woman, and where I want to be and how do I want to grow and continue to flourish. So that's how I've been trying to get through this pandemic, alongside with, of course, God himself and my village that helped raise me.
That's what I was going to ask you about, that village. Even when you were in undergraduate, how important is that village?
It's so important. Those are the people that you lean on the most when times aren't going the way that you want them to do, the way they want you to go, and things may not be acting like that they're clicking or it's just not going well. That's when you lean on that village the most. And I had an opportunity to be surrounded by amazing women, in particular women of color, because I am a firm believer in if you can see her, you can be her. And for me, that's what I love to surround myself with. And it's so important just to have those people in your back pocket. It could be one person, it could be 10. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you need those people that are not going to necessarily tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear, and push through that.
So tell us something. Well, I know that they have a statue at the University of South Carolina, and I think it's the first woman to receive an individual statue. And not only are they honoring your athletic success, but also your academic success. But then you have an Asia Wilson Foundation.
Yes, ma'am.
That is really, I understand that is really your heart. So what do you focus on with that foundation?
Yeah, so in high school, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and it was something that was really hard for me to get through because as an athlete, everyone sees you also as a Black woman, everyone sees you as indestructible. And it's very hard for me to come to grips with that, but I had the resources, and I knew that if I didn't have the resources that I had, I probably wouldn't have been able to even talk about it at this point. Mm-hmm. So the Asia Wilson Foundation is to really help families and children that are battling with dyslexia get the resources that they need so they can be successful on all levels when it comes to school. So I'm super excited to continue to give back to my community and raise money and to find these resources and help these young kids.
So finally, just for the last minute, I know that in the bubble that you're in, that vaccination is very, very important. Excuse me. And so being in that generation, having these low numbers, what do you do, or how do you feel about that generation and encouraging them to become vaccinated?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. In the beginning, I was totally against it.
Good.
I was like, I'm indestructible. I'm young. I'm athletic. I can do this. I can do that. Mm-hmm. But then that's when I started to think about the people that I care about the most. And like I said, I'm family oriented. And when you tell me I can't see my mom and dad, oh no, I can't do that. Something's going at all costs. And they're up there in age to a point where I don't want to put them in danger at all. And then that's when I'm thinking about my teammates and the game that I play. So when it came to just getting the vaccine, I knew that I had to do it just for the betterment of myself, but also the people around me. I had to just kind of bite the bullet and say, okay, I'm not indestructible. I am going to have to do this for my health. And ever since then, I'm going to continue to wear my mask, 6 feet, wash my hands and everything. So I really encourage everyone to get that so we can get back to some kind of normal.
But thank you so much for taking time out your busy traveling schedule, dropping in. We certainly appreciate you. You're always welcome to visit and contact us when you come to the significant South Atlantic region. Good luck on your game tomorrow and enjoy your family this evening. I know that you are this close and they are actually going to be in Atlanta. So thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes For the Record, our inaugural broadcast. And thank you so much for joining us. In the South Atlantic region, I want to continue to highlight the resiliency and the work that are done by the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha and beyond. And so I look forward to next month. What next month will look like? Hey, you just stay tuned. I want to share with you a quote that says, everyone has a risk muscle and you keep it in shape by trying something new. So that is what we are doing, trying something new. But make sure that you look forward to our advertisement, our promotion for next month, and I will always make sure that you have the information that you need for the record. Alysse?
Thank you, Madam Regional Director, and thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Join us next month here on SAR INN's For the Record.